What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Legacy United G1 Universe Soundwave. And as you can see, he turns into his cassette recorder or cassette player mode, which is good because during the Siege era he turned into just a box, and that's what they've kind of been doing recently, is they just kind of make Soundwave a flying box, I guess. So it's nice to see him back in a sound related mode, I guess. As you can see here, it looks pretty nice. It's very simple because it is just a rectangle basically, but there is some nice detailing, like as you can see inside, there's detailing like in the chest, which looks good. It has its buttons. They don't actually press or anything, but they do look nice, molded in there. And there's some detail right here and right and left. And the back is kind of but I feel like they could have done the arms a little bit better. And I don't know how, but I feel like they could have just done it a little bit better in some way. But the front looks good. And so this is a leader class figure, so they had to bump up the price for it not to be a Voyager figure. So he comes with 3 cassettes. He comes with Buzzsaw, Ravage, and Rumble. And so he has enough space for just one, so he can put one of them in there. And so that's nice. That's cool. And of course, I was going to say they all fit, but he's not fitting in there for some reason right now. They all fit. And this guy, he actually kind of launches out, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that's on purpose, but like when you open it, he kind of like flies out a little bit. But yeah, not much else to say about them in their, I guess, their alt modes, because it's just rectangles. But all 4 of them, I guess, they all look nice. They all look good together. So to transform all of them, we'll start with Soundwave because that's, the video. First, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to flip up this piece right here and then fold in the gray parts. And then you're going to want to untab his legs and fold them down. And then fold them that way. And then I'm going to load up the camera 1 second. And then you're going to want to untab his arms from the back. So they untab right there at the forearms, and then up here at the shoulders they untab. And so, just like that. Then fold out the hands. Like that. Flip around his waist, and then make sure the legs are correct. Then untab this, and as you can see right here, there's a hole in his foot, and then a peg up here, and so they plug together like that in vehicle mode, or alt mode. It's not a vehicle. I guess kind of is a vehicle for cassettes. Same on the other side. And then take this piece and flip up his head. And so here we have Soundwave in his robot mode. And of course, he comes with 2 weapons. He has his regular blaster, which can go in his hand, and his shoulder cannon, which can go on his shoulder, obviously. So yeah, his robot mode looks very nice. I'm a big fan of this. I love the red visor instead of the yellow. I don't remember if it was I guess it's G1 Universe, so it's not going for toy colors. I think it's going for show accuracy, so that's cool. And he had the red visor in the show and not yellow like the figure. But as you can see, there's some more details. There's some nice yellow. It's pretty flat overall. There's not a lot of like paint or I don't know, details like that, like color details, but there's a lot of like smaller details like molded in, like on his arms, and of course still in the chest, and like just throughout. There's just like lining and stuff like that. So it's cool, and he has more molded buttons on his waist, so that looks pretty cool. And I guess we can transform the little guys as well. So buzzsaw, very simple. Fold out the wings, fold out the feet, flip up the head if you can, and fold up the little backpack. And very simple, very cool looking though. Has some nice detailing on his head. Eyes look nice. The wings are cool looking. Yeah, that looks good. And I think you could put him on his arm. I think there's little basically nubs on his feet, and then there's little holes on his arm that you're supposed to put him into, but it kind of doesn't work that well because just the connection is too weird, too tight. So it doesn't work that well. But you could set him up there, I guess. And then for Rumble, you have to flip down his legs and then fold them around like that. And then fold out the feet. And then bring down his arms like that. Flip out the hands like that. And then bring up his head. And there we have Rumble in his robot mode. And then, of course, he comes with the his pile drivers and his guns. So you can put his guns either on his back, which I will continue to do, but you could put on his back, or you could put them on his arms, which is pretty cool. I like that there's multiple options for that. But what I like to do is I like to, for like display purposes and play as well, I guess, just put his guns on his back, fold up his hands. And what I like to do is I don't like to see the joints like that, so I basically flip his arms around like that, and then put on the pile drivers. A lot of people put them on like this, so you can have them like angled out like that. I don't really like that much, so I put them on like this. I think it looks a little bit nicer. You can barely see them down there. So maybe I can put them far back. You can see, yeah, there we go. There we go. And then Ravage, my least favorite of the cassettes. I just don't like how he transforms. It's just weird and complicated. Not super complicated, it's just kind of annoying because it's small. You can barely see that, but I want to flip out the legs and then fold up the back legs like this, and then bring them back like that. Fold them around, bring down the back legs, fold around like, I guess those are the hips. Don't do that. You don't want to pop off his leg. And there's that. And then fold down his front legs and then bring up his head. You should bring up his head first, that'll make it easier. But yeah, there's Ravage. Looks nice. They actually painted his teeth this time. And there they all are together. And it's a good set, really. I paid too much for it, but if you can get it for, was it retail price or lower, definitely go for it. It's really good. My only problem with the figure, the main figure, is that his shoulders are a little, like, they're not ratchets, but they're kind of like I don't know what they are, like soft ratchets, I guess, because they like click out. They still will fine, or like they're fine like this, but then they have to like pop in. I don't know if you can see that. It's like it's weird. So there's not. It's like either like this or like that. Same issue I had with the Robots in Disguise Scourge from Legacy. But oh well. He still looks really good. For posability, he has a ball joint in his neck, but it's kind of hindered, so you can't really do much with it. But, so he has a ball joint there, so there's a little bit of articulation there. This can move around, which is nice. He has a hinge at his shoulder. He can go out that far. Full 360, a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow. Nothing at the wrist, but you can go in a little bit, but that's not really a thing at all. But he has enough articulation to make it so he can, you know, look like he's about to eject his cassettes. So that's cool. Then he has a waist swivel, full 360, mostly for transformation, but it's also there. In and out at the legs, out that far, and then a little hip skirt, which is kind of in there tight, but you can go out that far and back that far. He has a thigh rotation, and then a 90-degree bend at the knee, and then an ankle tilt. So basically the bare minimum of articulation, but it works well. It's enough. So there we have him. And for some comparisons, we can bring in Siege Soundwave. Let me get him in a more stock pose. Here we have Siege Soundwave. He was also re-released in Legacy without the battle damage, so you should probably get that one, because I do like this mold, actually, but you should get the cleaner one. But yeah, they look good together. I don't really know which one I like more, because I do like, I don't know, I just like both of them for different reasons. Like, I like him for Earth, and obviously him for Cybertron, and then he has, like, an actual vehicle mode. It's not really a vehicle at all. It's kind of just, like I said before, a flying box. But I don't know. I don't really like how the arms fold up in his alt mode, but, you know, it's whatever. But I do like how clean he is. It's something I'm not really that used to since I was collecting Siege for so long. But, I mean, I guess I'm used to it now because Legacy's been around for a few years. But, you know, they both look good. I do like the red visor quite a bit more. But they still both look good, so. And then just another comparison of a character I have here, Sound Blaster. Same Siege mold, but he has the bigger chest for more cassettes. I do like this for the Siege mold better. I like the black repaints and the bigger chest. And then I'll push him back, and then we can check out the cassette comparisons. So we have this Rumble, which I guess we can do articulation for them too. So he has a ball joint at his shoulder, like that. A hinge at his leg, and so I can go like a lot of articulation to the leg, and then a ball joint at the knee. So that's pretty cool. And then for Ravage, he has movement at like all of his legs, and then some more movement at the top of his legs. So, and Buzzsaw just has a little bit of wing and then some head articulation, head movement. So, not much for all of them, but there's still some. So, for Rumble, here is the Studio Series 86 mold, but it's released under Legacy. So here's this, and then here is, I just dropped him 1 second. Here is Siege Rumble. So, definitely an upgrade, but this one was still nice for what it was, and I still like it, but this one is definitely way better, has actual accessories, so, you know, they do look fine together, I guess, but there's not much. I'm just going to put everyone here in the back. And then for Ravage, he's really dark and you can barely see him. I didn't realize that. But here's Ravage, has a Decepticon symbol on that side, and then some cassette detailing on the other side. So it looks good. Here is Siege Ravage, a lot more color to him, a lot more silver and gray. He has yellow eyes and he has red eyes, which is kind of interesting. I do like how there's the peg on this one for like his shield mode or whatever they were doing for Siege was gray, but this one is black, so it just looks nicer. This one's way cleaner in my opinion, but both of them are good. And then for Buzzsaw, we saw him before. Here is Siege Laserbeak. So, as you can see, it was Cybertronian times, so he has like this big visor instead of eyes, like a bird. So I do like the bird head better than like the drone head, but they both look good. I don't have the Earthrise version of Laserbeak because I'm not getting the Earthrise Soundwave. I basically have him, so you know. Can you stay up there? Huh, kind of cool. How about you? Oh, awesome. So yeah, there we have Legacy or Earthrise, or I guess kind of Studio Series 86 Soundwave, but not really. But yeah, this has been my review of Legacy United G1 Universe Soundwave. So thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.